Sweet. Sweet, Connie Hamza. Subject of Grand Funk Railroad song. Dead at 66. That's a little too young. Connie Hamza. Immortalized in a No. 1 rock and roll hit by Grand Funk Railroad in 1973. Died after a brief illness. Hey, what was it? Inquiring minds want to know. Kark TV reported. She was 66. Hamza was the subject in the opening verses of Grand Funk Railroad's hit We're an American Band, which spent 17 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100 and reached No. 1 on Sept. 29, 1973. Out on the road for 40 days, last night in Little Rock put me in a haze. Sweet. Sweet Connie. Doin' her act. She had the whole show and that's a natural fact, sang drummer Don Brewer, who also wrote the song. Hey, that kinda rhymed. Bet it sound good even though it's before my time. I was determined to become a famous groupie, Hamza told KTHV in 2019. I really was. Beginning in the late 1960s, Hamza attended dozens of shows at Barton Coliseum in Little Rock. Kark reported. She also traveled to shows around the country. The television station reported. Everyone does that. Hamza was 17 and a senior in high school when the band's manager first told her about the line in the song. KTHV reported in 2019. He called me and said, "You're never going to believe this," Hamza told the television station. But Grand Funk's written a song called We're an American Band, and your name is in the first lyrics. Hamza had been to Barton Coliseum several times. She was 15 when her mother dropped her off to watch Steppenwolf. KTHV reported. She didn't like to deal with parking. Yeah, I hate parking. I hit everyone else's car. She didn't like to deal with traffic. So, she'd take me out to the fairground early in the afternoon before the traffic got bad, Hamza told the television station. We'd go out there and then we'd wander around the backstage area. And one thing would lead to another. It was not the last time Hamza made it backstage. She said she has hung out with Queen, the Eagles and Kiss, and spent time with Van Halen when the band toured in 1988. According to KTHV, Better Life Than Me, Hamza was featured in Comedy Central's Insomniac with Dave Attell during the early 2000s. According to Kark, Hamza spent 12 years as a substitute teacher for the Little Rock School District. According to KTHV, oh, did she teach music? I can show you papers from the principals who asked for me, Hamza told the television station. But I think after a while the heat was just too much for them. Like right now. Her last public appearance was in June at a reception for the Play It Loud concerts at Barton Coliseum exhibit at the Old State House in Little Rock. Kark reported. I loved all of it. To tell you the truth, Hamza told KTHV. I've had a great life. I really have. Who is TikTok's masked vigilante? Discount Anonymous? With a huge online following behind him. The Great Londini great stage name is taking on the trolls, but isn't that TikTok's job? We are taking social media back from the bullies, PMOs, scammers and trolls. The masked man in the black hoodie speaks straight to the camera with an electronically distorted voice. He looks and sounds straight out of a horror movie. Like a discount saw for kids. But his aim isn't to scare. That is unless you are an anonymous troll or cyberbully. Then he could be your worst nightmare. What's he gonna do, eat Cheetos on me? In another of his videos, he gestures to an abusive comment left on a woman's TikTok account. If a stranger said this comment to your daughter, mother, sister, wife, what would you do? We say stupid game, stupid prize. Dude, who cares? That's the catchphrase of the Great Londini, an online movement that has become so popular on TikTok that it's acquired 2 million followers in just a matter of months. The game is online trolling. And the prize is that the great Londini tracks you down. No joke, this is an example of your rights eroding when a loser like this can harass you. If you're a troll, you may think you can safely hide behind an anonymous account name. But Londini works on the premise that he can discover your real identity within 7 to 8 clicks. If you're a child, he'll try to tell your parents or your school that you're abusing people online. Oh, they will stop, I bet. If you're an adult, maybe one who has posted a cheesy threatening comment on the video of a child, then he'll really tell on you. That may mean informing your employer or tipping off your local police department. That's screwed up, that's a big no, man. It's moderation vigilantism, in which a platform's users take it upon themselves to try to clean up the app. Vigilantism in any form should be illegal. But it's something TikTok isn't so happy about. The great Londini has had 9 accounts permanently deleted, and the 10th has been suspended several times. Wow, this dude saved the world. The platform rules Londini has been accused of breaking have varied: online harassment and bullying, even violent extremism. But Londini contests all of these. Until every bully, racist and scammer is off this app, we're going nowhere, he says in one video. We're the anti-troll. So who is the man behind the mask? He's known as Leo, and he's a lying lion that isn't his real name. And his identity is a well-kept secret as he regularly receives death threats. Wonder why Leo occasionally takes his mask off in his TikTok lives, though, where he chats with both his fans and detractors who are up for a debate. And in fact, Leo is just the public face of a movement of volunteers with mixed military, cybersecurity and ethical hacking experience. Speaking to me from an undisclosed location in the US, he tells me, "We are the anti-troll. If you're out there, right now on TikTok, you're getting trolled. But isn't content moderation TikTok's job? They're not doing it," Leo says. "We do tell TikTok everything. We send TikTok every piece of information. We report the account." TikTok says it makes great efforts to protect users, and has introduced new features like allowing users to choose who can comment on their video and filter out certain words in their comments. We know there is no finish line when it comes to protecting our users, which is why we will continue to invest in our teams, products and features to ensure that TikTok is a safe place for our community, a spokesperson said. The platform faces a mammoth task when it comes to content moderation. According to TikTok's own figures, they took down 61 million videos in the first quarter of 2021. And 91% were taken down before a single user had reported them. Origins in tragedy: it's too late for TikTok. Londini's mission to take on the bullies was born out of tragedy. Last year, the 14-year-old autistic son of one of Leo's friends took his own life. This may sound harsh, but natural selection is a thing. My friend, after a while, after he was grieving, he reached out to us and said, "You know, part of the reason why he was so depressed is because he was being harassed a lot on social media." At the request of the father, Leo and several friends tracked down the anonymous bullies who tormented his son. What a life, huh? Harassing internet bullies. We were able to give him the information and say, "You know, hey, do what you need to do with it." And he reached out to their parents and got, for the most part, he got some closure. That part's kind of cool. The group of friends didn't stop there. Under the name The Great Londini, a combination of Houdini and Linux, the operating system, they decided to carry on and concentrate on TikTok. TikTok gets so many weirdos, man, I swear. The Great Londini's fans are so invested in their work that they tag the account under videos and comments all the time, hoping that Leo and his team will chase down yet another troll. Almost sounds like the fan site from Persona 5. But this fandom comes at a price. there is a risk that the movement may on occasion become the thing that it despises. Nietzsche will blush. Some supporters are so keen that they end up becoming bullies themselves, which breaks the great Londini's rules, as well as TikTok's community guidelines. The BBC spoke to a TikTok user who had been targeted with online abuse after the great Londini criticized her videos about Memorial Day. Liz, a peace activist, described the holiday when the U.S. pays tribute to men and women killed while serving in the military as an entire holiday just dedicated to murder. It provoked a furious response. Liz says she was deluged with abuse, much of it from users with Londini in their username who told her to kill herself, and also contacted her former employer to try to get her fired. It does seem hypocritical that they're an anti-bullying account, but a lot of their followers are bullying people on the platform. Liz said. Londini expels users from their network if they break the group's rules, and Leo, who served as a U.S. Marine, is somewhat contrite about what happened to Liz. I understand their passion, especially when it comes to veterans, he says. But we try to lead by example. We don't harass her. I wish that woman nothing but the best, sure.